Welcome to Cuckoo English Podcast for daily English practice. Hey, have you ever felt, why does the day end so fast, even when we do nothing important?
Or why is it so hard to find time for the things that matter?
Or why are we always busy but still not successful in life?
If yes, then today's episode is specially for you.
Hello, English learners, and welcome back to the Cuckoo English Podcast.
This is a place where we talk about life, mindset, discipline, and growth, and teach English along the way.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jeremy.
And today we are talking about something we all struggle with.
Time management. So, Sophia, how are you today?
I'm good. Everything is great, actually, but there's something I've been struggling with.
Oh, what happened?
Lately, my days feel full. I wake up, I start doing things, I stay busy, but by the end of the day, I feel like I didn't give time to the things that truly matter.
So, you're busy but not productive.
Exactly. I answer messages, I scroll a little, I handle small tasks, and somehow, after all that, the important work is still waiting for me.
Like when you're tired all day but you don't know why you're tired?
Yes, exactly that feeling. And then comes the guilt at night.
That quiet feeling before sleep.
You tell yourself, tomorrow I will use my time better.
But tomorrow comes.
And you make the same mistakes again.
If you are listening and nodding your head right now,
You are not alone.
most people do not have a problem with motivation.
They have a problem with direction. They just don't know how to use their time wisely and get the most out of it.
So let's understand why we struggle with time management and how successful people use their time differently.
Hey, Jeremy, before we talk about how successful people manage their time, I think we should first talk about some common myths.
Yes! Many people feel they are bad at time management, but in reality, they are just following the wrong ideas about it.
That's true. One very common belief I hear is that time management means doing many things at the same time.
People think that if they can multitask, they are using their time well, but that's usually not what happens in real life.
Yes, multitasking sounds very impressive, but when you actually try to do it, your attention keeps moving from one task to another.
You reply to a message, then you open a video, then you go back to your work, and before you know it, you feel tired without really finishing anything properly.
Yes, exactly. Instead of saving time, multitasking often creates more stress. You feel busy throughout the day.
But at the end, you don't feel satisfied because nothing received your full focus or your best effort.
Another myth I hear very often is related to motivation. Many people say that they will start managing their time better when they feel motivated. They wait for that perfect feeling when everything feels easy and exciting.
But the problem is that motivation is not something that stays with us every day. Some mornings we feel energetic, and on other days we feel lazy or distracted, even when nothing is actually wrong.
Yes, and while we wait for motivation to arrive, time keeps moving forward. It doesn't slow down just because we don't feel ready. Important tasks keep waiting, and slowly they turn into pressure and stress.
That's why successful people don't depend on motivation to manage their time. They understand that feelings change, but responsibilities don't. So instead of waiting to feel motivated, they build simple routines and clear priorities.
And this is where we see a big difference in the way successful people think about time. They don't ask themselves how many hours they have in a day. Instead, they ask which tasks truly deserve their time and attention.
That small change in thinking makes a big difference. When you focus on what really matters, you stop filling your day with small, unimportant tasks that only make you feel busy.
Yes, and once you know what is important, you start protecting your time. You become more careful about distractions, unnecessary work, and things that drain your energy without giving anything useful in return.
When we look closely at successful people, we notice something very simple but powerful. They respect time. Not just deadlines, not just schedules, but also their own energy and focus.
They understand when they work best, and they try to use those hours for meaningful work. They don't try to push themselves all day long. Instead, they work with their energy, not against it.
Maybe that's the real lesson here. Time management is not about controlling every minute of the day. It's about understanding yourself and choosing how to use your time in a more thoughtful way.
You know, Jeremy, this reminds me of Cristiano Ronaldo. He is one of the best footballers in the world. When people hear his name, they usually talk about his talent. They talk about his goals, his trophies, and his success on the field. To many people, it looks like everything comes naturally to him.
Yes, and that's the part most people see. What they don't usually notice is what happens behind the scenes, away from the stadium and the cameras. A big part of Ronaldo's success comes from how he plans his daily life.
Exactly. His day is not random. It is structured around very clear priorities like training, recovery, food, and rest. These things are not added at the end of the day. They are planned first.
And one important thing people often forget is rest. Even his sleep is treated seriously. He understands that without proper rest, the body cannot perform well, no matter how talented someone is.
That's why he doesn't stay up late scrolling on his phone or wasting time at night. It's not because he doesn't enjoy relaxing, but because he knows that late nights affect his energy, focus, and performance the next day.
This shows something very important about time management. For Ronaldo, managing time is not just about training more hours. It's about protecting the hours that help him stay strong, focused, and consistent.
Yes, and that's a key word here, protecting. He protects his time the same way he protects his body. He avoids habits that steal energy and chooses routines that support his goals.
And that's because he understands one simple truth. If you don't protect your time, your goals will always suffer. Talent alone cannot save you if your daily habits are careless.
Many people think success comes from doing more and more every day, but Ronaldo's life shows us that success often comes from doing the right things consistently and giving them enough time.
When we look at his routine, we see that he doesn't try to fill his day with unnecessary activities. He doesn't try to be busy all the time. Instead, he makes space for the things that truly matter for his career.
And that's an important lesson for all of us. We may not be professional athletes, but we all have goals. If we keep giving our time to distractions, social media, or unimportant tasks, our goals slowly move further away.
So when we talk about time management here, it's not about copying Ronaldo's lifestyle exactly. It's about learning from his mindset. He decides what matters first and then builds his day around it.
Ronaldo doesn't manage his time just to look busy or productive. He doesn't fill his schedule to feel important. He manages his time to stay consistent, day after day, year after year. That consistency is what keeps him performing at a high level for such a long time.
And maybe that's the real message for us. Time management is not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters regularly and protecting it from distractions.
Because in the end, success is not built in one day. It's built in how you use your time every single day.
Hey, Jeremy, do you know about J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, she is the author of the famous Harry Potter series, a story that has been loved by millions of people around the world.
Today, she is known as one of the most successful writers in history, but her life was very different before fame.
Yes, before she became famous, she was a single mother. She was struggling financially and trying to manage her daily life while taking care of her child. Writing was not easy for her, and she did not have long, quiet hours to sit at home and work on her book.
Exactly. She didn't have a perfect writing room or a fixed schedule. Instead of waiting for the right time, she used what she already had. She wrote during small moments, short breaks, free minutes, and time spent in cafes while her child was asleep or busy.
Many people think they need a lot of free time to start something important, but Rowling's story shows us that progress can happen even in small pieces of time if we use them with intention.
She didn't wait for perfect conditions. She didn't say, "I'll write when life becomes easy" or "when I have enough time." She understood that life may never be perfect, so she chose to work with imperfect time.
And that's an important lesson for all of us. Time management is not about having more time in the future. It's about noticing the small moments we already have and using them wisely.
Because when small moments are used consistently, they slowly turn into something meaningful and powerful.
Another example is Virat Kohli. He is one of the most well-known cricketers in the world and has represented India for many years.
People often talk about his talent, his records, and his passion for the game, but talent is only one part of his success.
Yes, what really stands out about Virat Kohli is his discipline. He understands that talent alone is not enough at the highest level. To perform consistently, he needs structure, routine, and control over his time.
One important thing he does is protect his practice time. Training is not something he does only when he feels like it. It is a fixed part of his day, and he treats it as a priority, not an option.
He is also very careful about distractions. He avoids unnecessary activities that can take away his focus or energy. This doesn't mean he never relaxes, but he knows when to stop and when to stay disciplined.
That's because he understands something very simple but powerful. Success needs space. If your day is full of distractions, noise, and random activities, there is no room left for growth.
Many people say they don't have time to improve their skills or work on their goals, but Virat Kohli's example shows us that time appears when you protect it and remove what is unnecessary.
And this lesson is not only for athletes. Even in our daily lives, when we give our best time to our priorities and reduce distractions, we start seeing better results.
So time management here is not about doing more things, it's about creating space for the right things and showing up consistently.
Now, you might be thinking, but I'm not a sports person or a writer. I don't live their life, and my day looks very different. And honestly, that's a very fair thought. Not everyone wants to be an athlete, an author, or a famous person, and that's completely okay.
Yes, and this is an important moment to pause and say something clearly. The lesson from these stories is not to copy their lifestyle. You don't need to wake up at the same time they do, eat the same food, or follow their exact routine.
Because if we try to copy someone else's life completely, we often feel frustrated. Their life, responsibilities, and opportunities are different from ours. What works for them may not fit our situation at all.
But what does fit is their mindset. That's the real lesson. Successful people think about time in a very intentional way. They decide what matters most and then shape their day around that decision.
They don't wait for life to become perfect. They don't wait for more time, more energy, or more motivation. Instead, they work with what they already have and make small but clear choices every day.
And this is something anyone can do. Whether you are a student, a working professional, a parent, or someone trying to learn a new skill, you can choose how you use your time.
For example, you may not be training for a match or writing a book, but you might be preparing for an exam, improving your English, or building a new habit. These goals also need time, focus, and consistency.
When you copy the mindset, you start asking better questions. Instead of asking, "Why don't I have time?" you ask, "What am I giving my time to?" That small change in thinking can completely change your day.
You also learn to be kinder to yourself. Time management is not about being perfect every day. Some days will go well, and some days won't. What matters is coming back to your priorities again and again.
And slowly, without pressure or stress, you begin to feel more in control. You feel less rushed, less guilty, and more confident about how you are using your time.
So remember, you don't need their success story, you need their way of thinking. When you protect your time, respect your energy, and stay consistent, your own progress will start to show.
All right, Sophia. We've talked about the problems, the myths, and the famous people. Now the big question is, what can we actually do? Yes, because listening to a podcast is easy. Managing time, not so easy.
Exactly. So let's break this down step by step. Simple steps, no pressure, no wake up at 5 a.m. advice.
Yes, some of us are still asleep at 5.
So, the first step is very basic. Notice where your time goes.
And don't say, I don't know. Your phone knows.
Yes, before saying you have no time, check how much time you spend scrolling, watching random videos, or doing just one more thing.
Most people are shocked when they see their screen time.
It's not magic. Time doesn't disappear, it just quietly changes apps.
Step 2, don't plan 10 important tasks.
Yes, choose just one important thing for the day, like exercise, meditation, or English practice.
One thing that, if done, makes the day feel successful.
Because when everything is important, nothing is important.
So, listeners, repeat after me. Today, I will exercise for 1 hour without any delay.
Or you can say, I will study, or I will meditate, whatever is the task you want to do.
You can also write it in the comments, and you may find someone who is doing the same task.
Now comes the hard part. Protect that one task.
Imagine it's very expensive.
Like your phone.
Exactly. You wouldn't give your phone to a stranger, so don't give your best time to distractions.
Put the phone away. Close extra tabs. Tell people, I'll reply later.
Yes, the world will survive without your reply for 30 minutes.
Next step is stop waiting to feel motivated. Instead, start small. Even 5 minutes is okay.
5 minutes often becomes 10. 10 becomes 20.
And suddenly you're working without motivation.
Now the next step is very important. Be realistic.
Yes, some days will go badly.
You'll waste time, you'll scroll, you'll procrastinate.
That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human, not a robot.
Finally, don't try to fix your entire life in one day. Just fix tomorrow.
One small plan, one priority, one protected hour.
That's how real time management works.
Before we end today's episode, let me tell you a short story.
I love stories.
There was once a young woodcutter who worked near a forest village. Every morning he complained.
Complained about what?
About time. He always said, "The day is too short. I work all day, but I get nothing done."
One afternoon, he saw an old woodcutter sitting quietly, sharpening his axe.
The young man laughed at the old man and said, "Why are you wasting time sharpening your axe? I'm cutting trees."
The old man smiled and replied, "I'm not wasting time, I'm saving it."
The next day, they both started work.
The young man worked non-stop, no breaks, no rest.
The old man worked slowly, but his axe was sharp.
By evening, the young man was exhausted and frustrated.
The old man had cut fewer trees, but cleanly, calmly, and without stress.
The young man finally understood.
Being busy is not the same as being effective.
And rushing is not the same as using time well.
This story isn't really about woodcutters.
It's about us.
We run all day, we multitask, we stay busy.
But we forget to sharpen our axe.
We forget to plan, to focus, to protect our time, to make it more productive.
So here's our question for you.
What is your axe? Is it removing distraction or planning your day? Or is it to stop being lazy?
And when will you sharpen it?
Write it in the comments, because managing time is not about working harder.
It's about working smarter. with intention. So, this brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it.
And if you want to watch more episodes like this and learn English in a fun way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye for now.